Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of AZ Drone. My name is Greg Reverdio,
And I'm Rich Charpentier.
and today we are going to be talking about something that you should not do, which is fly over people.
so, as we noted before, several weeks ago, I was out of town on a little trip to Lake Powell and to Cortez, Colorado. And I totally missed out on the Whiskey Off Road mountain bike race. But fortunately, Greg was here and he saw some pretty neat stuff that I wish I'd seen.
Yeah, the the Whiskey Off Road is a big mountain biking race here in town, and this thing is divided into different events. It actually starts on Friday night, where we have a pro race downtown. It's called a criterium. And then on Saturday is the non-pro race, and then on Sunday is the pro race in the mountains of Prescott. So it's a really cool event. Brings a ton of people. Downtown is all blocked off because people are racing on the streets at really fast speeds on mountain bikes, which is really cool because you don't see that a whole lot. Crits on mountain bike. If you like cycling, it's something a little bit different. But I decided to go there because I wanted to test playing with the slow motion on the iPhone 8. Actually, I wanted to see how it did with chasing some mountain bikers. So I'll put some footage that I got, which I thought was pretty cool. But with that being said, as soon as I got there, there was somebody, of course, that was flying their drone in the middle of the event, right over not only people that were watching, but also right on top of the mountain bikers.
Uh,
And
Greg actually showed me a couple of shots that he got. We're talking about a drone over the heads of the racers as they're forming up, and also another shot with the drone directly over the crowd. I'm not even going to say it was 10 feet above the crowd.
No, this the when it was flying over the mountain bikers, it was actually flying so low that if the mountain bikers had just raised their hands, they could have touched it. I mean, I was getting to the point where I was concerned about the safety of the racers, and not only that, but it was right around the corner, so they had no idea that that thing was sitting right there. It could have freaked them out. They're in the middle of racing, and this is a pretty intense race because it's really short and really fast and this dude was just flying right on top of the racers and then just whizzing back and forth right on top of the crowd, which is just
What blew me away was afterward, Greg actually found some of the footage on Facebook, and we're not going to name names, but this is actually a video company that was up here doing professional video for the race, it seems. And here's the deal: for all of us who are 107 pilots, you know it's near impossible to get a waiver to fly above crowds. And there has to be a lot of planning and things in that. And quite frankly, knowing that there aren't a bunch of waivers for flying over crowds right now, there's a very select handful of those waivers out there. This particular media company absolutely did not have the waiver. And Greg did a little more research, and it doesn't even look like a 107 pilot was piloting this at a commercial event.
yep, doesn't look like anyone in there has a 107 license. So a little upsetting because the people that follow the rules, and I'm sure you do too, and I hope you do, especially for flying over people, uh, are limited in what we have to do. And seeing people break these rules just because one, they don't care, or because they think that it's okay, it's just not right. It's just not right. One, it could be dangerous. Two, it just makes us look bad. It makes the rest of our industry look bad. I've had this discussion a lot. We are a new industry and we have to integrate with an industry that has been there for almost over 100 years now. Aviation has been around for a long time. And the more we do this kind of stuff and break the rules that are put in place by the FAA, and the more we look like the kids, we look like people that are not going to be taken seriously in the industry. And that really hurts, I think. It hurts us just to do this kind of stuff. So please don't do it. Please don't fly over people. It's just stupid. It's just stupid because if something happens, especially if you're not 107, the FAA is just going to come after you if you hit someone with your drone, and that's going to be nasty.
Yeah, and that's the last kind of media exposure that the drone marketplace needs right now. So we need more positive exposure, and then you see something like this at a huge event with thousands of people gathered, and we've got a drone way too close to those thousands of people. I'm sure spectators in the crowd probably didn't appreciate being buzzed.
Well, yeah, there were comments actually being made as it was flying as to how close it was to the riders, and yeah, just not.
So we're not looking to be the drone police or anything, but when you see something that outrageously blatant, and also as 107 pilots, all of us knowing there's not a bunch of flight over people waivers out there. CNN's got one. I think a couple more
Yep.
have come out, but
I think 8
you know,
right now.
yeah, it's the impossible waiver to get, and there are reasons behind it from the FAA's perspective. And all you need is that drone dropping into the crowd and injuring several people, like what happened in Japan a couple months ago at a theme park. And suddenly we're going to be getting a very negative exposure. So, so you know, we recommend don't do it. If you don't have a waiver to do that, you shouldn't be doing it. And if you do have a waiver to do that, I'm sure flying 10 feet over people's heads is probably not part of the waiver.
Yeah, and there's other ways to get cool footage. So anyway, get off the soapbox.
Yep.
And thanks for watching. As always, if you have any ideas for things that you want us to talk about, please leave them in the comments. I want to do a special shoot out to gentleman called Lenny
At Sarasota Experience.
Yeah, and he mentioned us in his. He does live flights, and I've seen them for the last 2 nights now. He lives in Florida, and right now in Florida the sunsets are beautiful, and so he flies his drone up there and then chit chats with people at the same time, showing you the beautiful views of the sunset. So as we get the monsoon season, I think we're going to be doing the same thing,
Yep.
just to get people kind of excited about where we live and showing them what it looks like when we have some clouds.
So thanks for the shout out and the support, Lenny. We do appreciate it. Sorry I missed the live flight. I've been doing the allergy thing.
All right,
We'll see you guys on the next episode, and as always, fly safe and have fun.
and don't fly over people.